All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash, for giving me the spirit to do this video. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim that is doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. This is the brother Charawtaza from the GMS Bahamas camp, back at you with another brief lesson. All right, this one is big. You know, the apostle Elder Taha named this the year of prophecy. All right. Now, this was sent to me. This article here was sent to me. You know, so this is a pretty good article. You know, and this is something that's happening right in our backyard. All right. Because again, I'm from the GMS Bahamas camp. You know, and this is happening right in our backyard. So as the ambassador of Yahushai, it is my duty, you know, to bring forth this information. But first off, let me say this. You know, for years, prior coming into this truth, you know, the brother Bashar, he always used to say, man, Cuba have missiles that can reach from Cuba to America. He always used to say that. Well, Bashar, you're absolutely right. Okay? And as of this very minute, okay, you have hypersonic thermonuclear missile is on the ground on Cuban soil as I speak. Can reach America in less than a minute. Okay? We truly are in a time of war. And this is a great time to be alive. All right, these are the days that the prophets desire to see. Okay, but I'm not going to run too long because I'm starting to get excited. Okay, this is prophecy, my friend. We are in the time of war. Okay, it reads, Trump lied to U.S. Russia put S-400 in Cuba. Hypersonic nuclear missiles coming soon again. You see that? Hypersonic missiles coming soon. Russia put S-400 in Cuba. If you know anything about the S-400, that's a missile air defense system. That is a missile air defense system. You can look it up on your own. All right? It says, Trump always hated Russia. Russia never helped in the election. Not that much, though. Trump said emissaries like General Michael Flynn to Russia too, according to our direct Russian sources, bent over totally for Russia. The installation was announced in October 2018 when the U.S. flew from the INF treaty. The U.S. suppressed this news with full suspension of any mention of this massive diplomatic failure. So they even mentioned this in none of the news. As a matter of fact, this is leaking out right now as I speak. Okay? It says, YouTube might probably give me a strike. I know Esau damn watching our page like hawk. Okay? It says, yes, we can supply sources, and even the logo from the group Flynn was supposed to run. We made the logo. This is what the logo looked like. I was supposed to be Flynn's partner. Now, history moved back 58 years, and America of John Kennedy is dead. The Cosa Nostra runs America, and Trump tried to grind Cuba into the ground and has tried to surround Russia with advanced nuclear defense and short mid-range nuclear missile. Okay, so the Cosa Nostra, that's like those are Jewish mob and shit when you look it up. All right. So when we see here that the U.S., you know, they pretty much, you know, moving all their defenses system, all their missile system closer to the border of Russia. But here's the thing, Russia did the exact same thing by deploying missiles over there in Cuba. This is big news, man. All right, this is prophecy. Okay? It reads, now the real missile gap. Russia is a decade ahead of U.S. in deploying unstoppable hypersonic missiles, make Washington 150 seconds from nuclear destruction. You see that? So with these new missiles that's on the ground over there in Cuba right now as I speak, have the capability of reaching Washington within 150 seconds. You see that? And this is documented in the scriptures, and I'm going to get it. It says, to remember, all right, the U.S. has financed and built nuclear bunkers for over 200,000 Israelis, Jews only. We're speaking about those damn stinking kites over there in Israel. All right? While Americans currently have no civil defense program whatsoever. Okay? It says January 26th, the S-400 Triumph went online across much of America in response to Trump placing the U.S. AEGIS, I don't know what that stands for, on Russian borders. So that's what he do. He's deploy all of this, long-range and mid-range missiles defense system on the border of Russia. All right? It says these missiles are only here to support hypersonic missile system to place the U.S. under 1 minute nuclear destruction in response to Trump's treaty games. Okay? It says Russia 1, Trump 0 in a real Super Bowl. Well, we know that is going to be the score in real life anyhow, because Russia is going to totally obliterate and destroy America. But check this. It says U.S. media in panic. Russia S-400 air defense system arrived on Cuba's island of freedom. Moreover, this was done so unexpectedly that before the information the press did not slip. You see that? So as I speak to you right now, we have S-400 hypersonic missile defense system over there in damn Cuba right now as I speak. You see that? It says, in response to the deployment of American air defense system near the borders of Russia, namely in Poland, Romania, and the Baltic states, Moscow decides to respond in a similar way, sending so far one S-400 battalion to the U.S. borders, and specifically to Cuba. Of course, militarily, this is unlikely to pose a massive threat to the United States, but the symbolic context is very important. You see that? Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Let me read on. It says, for the first time, not only in recent history, but also since the days of the USSR, Moscow is able to take such a step. Let me remind you, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, strategy weapons in Cuba were never deployed by agreement with Washington in exchange for refusing to install missiles in Turkey. So now they didn't want Turkey to have this air system, defense system. They didn't want Cuba to have it, but now guess what? They got it. It says the American media and politics reacted hysterically, saying that in fact the S-400 air defense would pose a threat not to the U.S. military aircraft, but to civil aviation. Well, their statements are very clear and not surprising. It is unlikely that Americans would say the opposite, but let's figure out what will happen in practice. Yeah, man, this is beautiful, man. I'll be here reading this all day, but you pretty much get what I'm saying. But you could go ahead and read this article. All right? Now, let me get some scriptures. Salakia. Let me go ahead and get some scriptures now. All right, to support this. Because we are clearly in a time of war. Okay? But now check this, because now we know Russia have a S-400 on the ground in Cuba right now. We know that for a fact. All right, but let's hear what the scripture have to say. This is Jeremiah 50:29. It says, call together the archers against Babylon. You see that? All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. You see that? So what you think that is? He's setting up the chess pieces to shoot on America. So he's setting up round about America, getting close to America. It says, let none therefore escape, none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done, do unto her. For she had been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see that? All right. U.S. media in panic. Russia S-400 air defense system arrived on Cuba's island of freedom. Okay, the scripture says what? Call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. U.S. media in panic. Russia S-400 air defense system arrived on Cuban island freedom. Okay, you see that? Clear as day. Clear as day. Prophecy. See what I said? But hey, we are in a time of war. Okay? We are clearly in a time of war. Okay? Ecclesiastes 3:8, it says a time to love and a time to hate. All right, the scriptures say hate the evil and love the good. Okay? A time of war and a time of peace. Okay, so a lot of people have to be put to death. A war have to come first, and then we're going to get peace in the kingdom. Okay? That has to happen. All right? Okay. All right, then it speaks of, oh, okay, here it is. It says, now the real missile gap. Russia is a decade ahead of us, of U.S., in deploying, all right, unstoppable hypersonic missiles makes Washington 150 seconds from nuclear destruction. Now let's get that in the scriptures. All right, let's get that. Then I'm going to get out of here. Okay. What's this? Revelation 18:10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Okay, what it says? Now the real missile gap. Russia is a decade ahead of us in deploying unstoppable hypersonic missiles, makes Washington 150 seconds from nuclear destruction. Again, Revelation 18:10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. All right, prophecy all over, my friend. Prophecy all over. Okay. All right. Let's see what this one say. Trump is no Kennedy as Russia deploy S-400 in Cuba. Says Trump is no Kennedy as Russia successfully deploys its S-400 in Cuba. Russian news reported this story a couple of weeks ago, and the U.S. media hasn't uttered a word to the American public. Okay? Says this shows both Republicans and Democrats are in bed together. All right? They're showing you. Okay? Showing you that they're in them, letting the people know what's going on. Okay? But nevertheless, you have Russian hypersonic missiles in Cuba as I speak. So with that, I hope that this lesson was edifying. And I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash for giving me the spirit to do this video. Shalom, Akim. Shalom.